बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। आज हम क्लासिकल मैकेनिक्स स्टार्ट करेंगे। चैप्टर नंबर 1 है एलिमेंट्री प्रिंसिपल्स। सबसे पहले क्लासिकल मैकेनिक्स है क्या, इसके बारे में पढ़ेंगे। इंट्रोडक्शन टू क्लासिकल मैकेनिक्स। Mechanics is a branch of physics that deals with the effect of forces on the motion of a body. It usually deals with the motion of material bodies, in which has mass and can cover some space. Historically, mechanics is that branch of physics or science which was developed as an exact science. कि ये वो ब्रांच है जिसको सबसे पहले एग्जैक्ट साइंस माना गया और इसकी डेवलपमेंट भी एज एन एग्जैक्ट साइंस के तौर पे हुई। मैकेनिक्स को आमतौर पे 3 क्लासेस में डिवाइड किया जाता है। क्लासिकल मैकेनिक्स, relativistic mechanics, or quantum mechanics. Classical mechanics is that branch of mechanics which is applied to those bodies which move with an ordinary speed. That is the speed which is very, very small as compared to the speed of light. जैसे कि आम हमारी मोशन है, हम चलते फिरते हैं, हम ट्रेन्स हैं, कार्स की मोशन है, एयरप्लेन की मोशन है, इनका ताल्लुक क्लासिकल मैकेनिक्स के साथ है। This mechanics was developed on the basis of the work done by Aristotle, Galileo, Kepler, Newton, Lagrange, Hamilton, and Mach. On the other hand, relativistic mechanics is applied to those bodies which move with the speed of light, or the speed which is comparable with the speed of light. It mostly involves the work done by Einstein, and it started in 1905. Earlier, the work done in mechanics is related with the classical mechanics. Quantum mechanics is related with the motion of those physical systems which are of atomic or molecular size, or even smaller size. It means it explains the phenomena of atomic and molecular physics. It is mostly based on the work done by Heisenberg and Schrödinger and started in 1925, 1926. We can also make another branch, the statistical mechanics, which mostly deal with the statistical calculations of probability and so on. To discuss the large or enormous bodies. Mechanics can be subdivided into three sub-disciplines: kinematics, dynamics, and statics. Kinematics deals with the description of the possible motions of a material body. इसमें हम ये चीज डिस्कस करते हैं कि एक बॉडी जो है वो उसमें किस टाइप की मोशन हो सकती है, क्योंकि एक बॉडी लीनियर एक लाइन के लॉन्ग मूव कर सकती है, एक बॉडी जो है वो एक सर्कल में मूव कर सकती है, बॉडी जो है वो ऑसिलेट कर सकती है, इसमें वाइब्रेशन हो सकती है, एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा। जितनी टाइप की पॉसिबल मोशन है उनका जिक्र कैनेमैटिक्स में है। कैनेमैटिक्स describe the motion which does not require knowledge of its cause. Dynamics. In dynamics, we introduce the concept of force and study all the laws which determine that among all possible motions, which motion will actually takes place in any given case. अब बहुत सारी मोशंस अभी हमने काइनेमैटिक्स में डिस्कस की हैं। अब मोशन रोटेशन भी हो सकती है, मोशन ट्रांसलेशन भी हो सकती है, मोशन वाइब्रेशन भी हो सकती है, ऑसिलेशन भी हो सकती है, एंड सो ऑन, स्पिन भी हो सकती है। अब किसी गिवन सर्कमस्टांसेस में कौन सी मोशन होगी, इसके लिए हम कंसेप्ट ऑफ फोर्स को यूटिलाइज करते हैं कि अगर लीनियर मोशन है, लीनियर फोर्स एक्ट कर रही है बॉडी के ऊपर, तो इट मीन के लीनियर मोशन होगी, यानी ट्रांसलेशन होगी। अगर टॉर्क एक्ट कर रहा है, जिसको हम एंगुलर फोर्स भी कहते हैं, इट मीन कि फिर वहां रोटेशन के चांसेस होंगे। अगर रिस्टोरिंग फोर्स एक्ट कर रही है तो वहां वाइब्रेशन या ऑसिलेशन होगी। इसी तरह से तो अगर हमें फोर्स का पता चल जाए तो हमें ये भी पता चल सकता है कि किस टाइप की मोशन होगी। The central problem of dynamics is to determine for any physical system the motion which will take place under the action of a given force. It means that dynamics concerns with the physical mechanisms that cause the motion to take place. In dynamics में हम cause को जानने की कोशिश करते हैं, जबकि kinematics में हमें cause जानने की जरूरत नहीं है। स्टैटिक्स जैसा कि नाम से ज़ाहिर है कि ये रेस्ट को, इसकी मीनिंग रेस्ट के हैं। इसमें हम फोर्सेस और सिस्टम ऑफ फोर्सेस को डिस्कस करते हैं। ये फोर्सेस हैं, उनका आपस में इंटरेक्शन क्या होगा। पर्टिकुलरली वी स्टडी द सिस्टम ऑफ फोर्सेस व्हिच एक्ट ऑन बॉडीज एट रेस्ट। The study of mechanics may also be subdivided according to the kind of physical system. मैकेनिक्स की हम काइंड ऑफ फिजिकल सिस्टम की बेस पे भी डिवीजन कर सकते हैं। मसलन if we have a single particle, we can have the mechanics of a single particle. Similarly, for a solid, we can have the mechanics of a solid, mechanics of a liquid, mechanics of gases, mechanics of system of particles, mechanics of rigid body, mechanics of elastic bodies, mechanics of plastic bodies. So on the basis nature of the system, mechanics can be classified. Modern physics builds on the foundation which is laid by the classical physics. and it gives the clear understanding of the principles of classical mechanics and electrodynamics. Modern physics requires these principles of classical mechanics and electrodynamics, because it is an essential part of the relativistic and quantum mechanics. Without classical mechanics, the modern physics, which is based upon the relativistic and quantum mechanics, is baseless. Why? Because the relativistic mechanics gives the same results as classical mechanics. The relativistic mechanics और classical mechanics के results same आ सकते हैं. फर्क आएगा except when body travels at speed approaching the speed of light, and when we consider large bodies or large distances. Large bodies जैसे sun है, stars हैं, और large distance के अर्थ और सन के दरमियान डिस्टेंस वेरी वेरी एनॉर्मस डिस्टेंसेस हैं. अगर इस तरह की चीज इन्वॉल्व नहीं है कि बॉडी की स्पीड नॉर्मल है, तो रिलेटिविस्टिक मैकेनिक्स और क्लासिकल मैकेनिक्स दोनों के रिजल्ट एक जैसे होंगे. इन द सेम वे क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स और क्लासिकल मैकेनिक्स के रिजल्ट मैच करेंगे, एक्सेप्ट व्हेन क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स इज अप्लाइड टू द एटम्स एंड मॉलिक्यूलर सिस्टम्स. अगर हम इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, एटम्स, मॉलिक्यूल्स के ऊपर अप्लाई करते हैं तो वहाँ पे जाके फर्क आ सकता है, लेकिन नॉर्मल सिचुएशन के ऊपर या नॉर्मल ऑर्डिनरी बॉडीज के ऊपर अगर हम क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स को अप्लाई करते हैं तो क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स और क्लासिकल मैकेनिक्स के रिजल्ट सेम होंगे. इट मीन्स कि विद इन इट्स रेंज ऑफ वैलिडिटी क्लासिकल मैकेनिक्स इज ए रिमार्केबली सक्सेसफुल थ्योरी. It gives extremely correct results in ordinary applications. It provides satisfactory description of positions and velocities of all the bodies as a function of time. The laws of mechanics, as formulated by Isaac Newton, and laws of electricity and magnetism, as formulated by James Clerk Maxwell, are the two basic theories of classical mechanics. न्यूटन के laws और मैक्सवेल की electricity and magnetism के laws, these are the basic or fundamental theories of the classical mechanics. So many applications of classical mechanics are directly based on the Newton's laws of motion. Because the Newton's three laws of motion are the fundamental laws or theories of the classical mechanics. Moreover, the concepts of mass, length, and time also make the foundation of the classical mechanics. There are some other theories or principles that are the basis of the classical mechanics. The most important of these involve D'Alembert's principle, Lagrange's equations, any time derivative of partial L by partial Qj dot minus partial L by partial Qj is equal to 0, or time derivative of partial T by partial Qj dot minus partial T by partial Qj is equal to capital Qj. These are the Lagrange's equations of two types, or Hamilton's principle and Hamilton's equations. Hamilton's equations are Q I dot is equal to partial H by partial Pi, and Pi dot is equal to minus partial H by partial Qi. All these are basically equivalent. Lagrange's equations or Hamilton's equations, these are not new theories. Basically, these can be derived from Newton's laws of motion. Actually, these are the different ways to express the Newton laws. Lagrange's equations और Hamilton's equations, न्यूटन लॉज ही हैं, लेकिन एक नए अंदाज से. फर्क क्या है? Lagrangian and Hamiltonian formulations are more elegant and advanced formulations of mechanics than Newtonian mechanics. The Lagrange's equations or Hamilton's equation, these are dealing with the functions L and H. L is called the Lagrangian and is defined as the difference of the kinetic energy and potential energy. Here T is the kinetic energy and V represents the potential energy. Similarly, the H is Hamiltonian and it is the sum of kinetic energy and the potential energy. In these equations, the Qj or Qi, these are called the generalized coordinates, and Qj dot or Qi dot, these are the time derivative of the generalized coordinates, can be called the generalized velocity, and Pi is the generalized momentum, and Pi dot is the time derivative of generalized momentum. So you can see that both of these equations, Lagrange's equations and Hamilton's equations, both involve scalar quantities. Lagrangian L is a scalar quantity. Qj coordinate is scalar quantity. Qj dot is also a scalar quantity. H Hamiltonian is also a scalar quantity. Pi momentum, generalized momentum, is a scalar quantity. Qi dot या Qj dot is also a scalar quantity. Pi dot is also. All of these are scalar quantities. A capital Qj, it is known as the generalized force. Although it is force, but it is also a scalar quantity. It means the Lagrange's equations and Hamilton's equations both involve scalar quantities, no vector quantities. On the other hand, Newton's laws involve forces, accelerations, which are the vector quantities. It means to solve a problem using Newton's laws, we have to use the vectors and vector mechanics. But in order to use Hamilton's and Lagrange's equations, we only deal with the scalar functions, that is the kinetic energy and the potential energy, which greatly simplify the problems. So problems become very, very simple, and that's all.